are you?
Oh, this is so lovely.
Hi, Chris.
So hey.
Hey, how are you?
Good to see you.
I was getting worried about you. I thought you'd, got lost again or something.
We just caught up in the California.
Yeah, it's terrible coming up from any time of the day or night.
So we see how life could be lived.
There he is. Oh, great looking guy. Hi.
What's that? Oh! Oh! Oh!
All right. Come out. That was fun, huh?
Well.
Cool, I got bumped. Oh, this is great. So,
Yeah, all this stuff arrived yesterday, so I can move any of it if you want to.
so this is where it's done, huh?
Yeah, just a really short tour. It was only 2.5, 3 weeks. I only played 8 dates, so yeah, it was the briefest of tours.
How was it?
Yeah, it was good. It was good fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never done that before. Gone out on tour on my own. So
When did you start? How old were you when you got together with?
when we first started, I was 18 in 1980.
And you couldn't find a drummer.
Yeah, I don't know if we really seriously looked for a drummer. I'm sure we could have found one if we really, really wanted one. But we liked the idea of. When we started out more conventionally with 2 guitars and a bass, but we liked the idea of the drum machine even then. And after we got the first synthesizer, then we realised that that was more of a path to go down. It was kind of breaking newer ground.
I mean, when I think back and see and listen to your stuff, it's really hard to imagine how you could do it, given what I know was the state of electronics then.
Well, it's funnily enough, as technologies advance, it's just limitless what you can do now. Mm-hmm. And so I think we tend to take more time doing things because we just don't know when to stop. Mm. Back then, because you did have some limitations, like our first album, for instance, was recorded in 3 weeks. Mm. Because we've been playing it live for quite a long time anyway, and we knew what we all did. We just went in and recorded it pretty much like rock bands were doing. Mm-hmm. And we did a few overdubs, I suppose, but it was pretty much as it was played live. I've always seen songwriting as a really private thing, and I like working on something till I know it's at least got a germ of something good about it before I carry on with it. And maybe that's a bad way of looking at it, but I can't imagine sort of sitting in a room with someone and like trying to come up with something. I usually either sit down at a piano or start strumming some chords on a guitar, and then just I do it all sort of naturally. I start just singing over the top of that. Mm-hmm. And I find that a very natural way of writing songs, because the words that you're coming up with somehow fit the emotion of what you're playing. Mm-hmm. And that always seems like a natural way to work to me, but a lot of people don't seem to work like that, and they find it a very strange way to work. But I kind of get there's some kind of theme starts happening, and then I sort of go off down that path. Mm-hmm. But I do like to get the structure of the song together before I sort of move on to computers and electronics and synthesizers.
You were always the person that in my mind I was trying to make the film for. It wasn't that I wanted you to like it so much, but I wanted you to see it in a way that film could work with what you did. And I thought that it might be instructive in some way, because the thing that, for us, that was probably the most interesting, the most fun film we ever did together, Chris and I. And looking back on it, we know that.
And I think that whole tour really, and the film probably, really helped to elevate the perception of the band. We've always been on the brink, especially in America. It was the first time really that we'd played any kind of stadiums. I mean, actually that's not true. We did play some stadiums supporting people in the mid-'80s, but that was the first time we actually headlined those sort of places. So it really looked like things were taking off for us as a band. Now, when did the tour start, actually? It was 88, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was in 88.
Yeah, those things, they just seem like another lifetime now.
Sort of.
Just even now, just living here for 3 years, looking back on living in England just seems like another lifetime already. Just, it seems like I've been here for far longer. But I think Alan actually came up with the title 101, which was a real relief because we were really struggling with names. Nobody could agree on anything.
I can't even remember the names that we had. Most of them very lame.
Yeah, they were. Yeah, I'm not surprised we couldn't get any sort of agreement on them. They weren't very good.
But did you actually play 101 concerts? So that was just a sort of exaggeration?
That was the 101. The Rose Bowl was I didn't do the math either. So
No, I don't think anybody really did it. I think
word for it.
The first person who did the maths and came up with 101, we just believed him because it was such a good title.
Right.
102 wouldn't have been quite so good.
No.